And welcome to the first match of the evening in the Women's Supa-Liga between Andinas and the Northern Hawks. We'll just run through the team sheets for both sides. For Andinas, it's number 17, Amanda Latana. Number 10, Kaina Diaz. Number 1, Camilla Christianini. Number 5, Eleana Di Bonaventura. Number 7, Gina Jimenez. Number 11, Jessica Mitchell. Number 12, Luana Ascenzo. Number 8, Nadia Girardo. And number 23, Tanya Oyazan. And for Northern Hawks, it's number 6, Ingrid Basalo. Number 1, Karla Edwards in net. Number 11, Dakota Van Vogt. Number 22, back from Melbourne, Georgia Corley. Number 16, returning from a long-term injury, it's Caitlin Belenka. And number 26, Talia Curran. Number 28, Natalie Davies. As a shot from Corley off the right, but to the left of the goal. I'm joined today by Luke Ross in the commentary box, the West Coast Cobras captain and former league MVP. Luke, do you want to say a few words about what you're expecting from tonight's matchup?
Well, thanks for that thorough introduction, John. I mean, absolutely over the moon to be here. Where else would you rather be on a Saturday night watching some women's futsal? I think if we were looking at past times that these two have versed, it would be Hawks, but they're missing some of the star players. No Jade Paul, I've noticed. No Kayla McCulloch. No Sophie Podmore. So a lot of new girls who I'm sure are going to get a fair bit of game time. So this could be a difficult one to predict. I think it could be I think I'm going to go for an upset. Andinas to win 2-0. I mean, it's going to be hard to get past the superstar Karla Edwards in goal, of course. But if they can breach the net, then I think it's going to be Andinas time, and they'll be partying out tonight. So, what is your prediction, John?
I'm going to stick true and say the Hawks will get over the line, but you are right. They've definitely got a depleted squad. Kayla McCulloch is currently travelling overseas, and Jade Paul has a date from Tinder tonight, so she's absent for personal reasons. Both very big outs. But, you know, they've definitely got some big ins also, Belenka and Corley being the main two. Greg Farrell had no choice but to get the wallet out and book Corley's flights from Melbourne. Her series futsal campaign starts next week, but she's doing it over here in Perth for the time being. And Luke Ross, another player that's done it all in Melbourne, hasn't quite won the series futsal like Corley has, but you weren't far off conceding a late goal in the Clubs Cup final from futsaler Scott Rogan to deny you your first bit of silverware, but it's Belenka who puts one in the back of the net for the Northern Hawks on her return. And that was a lovely finish from Caitlin Belenka. And maybe it's my prediction that's going to come true.
Well, my prediction's out the window already, so just ignore me.
Window. Caitlin Belenka must have heard it on the sideline and thought, nope, I'm going to show you a thing or two. And they're on the counter-attack once again. Basalo with a chance this time. Cuts in on the right, but blazes it over the bar.
Yeah, I'm not sure how she actually got it that high. I mean, it was some great individual skill there from Basalo to get past 2 or 3 of the girls. And unfortunately, that topo was just blazed over. But yeah, it hasn't been a great start for the Andinas girls. We've got some big names back. I mean, Amanda Latana was absent last week, if I remember correctly. So it's good to see her back for the Andinas. I mean, when we were here, I think you were travelling as well at this point, John, but when we seen the Andinas go toe-to-toe with... This is all going a bit scrappy. I don't really know what's going on. Basolo, and that goes why, as I was saying, when the Western Devils only beat Andinas 2-1, it was Amanda Latana and Ella Di Bonaventura who were the stars that night, and they're both back in the squad for the first time together since then. So I think it could be. Well, I'm going to stick with it. Andinas are going to win 2-1. I'll keep changing my prediction as according, but let's go with 2-1 for now.
Well, they started with some big names on the bench. Obviously, this number 12 here, Luana Ascenzo, has been in excellent form, one of the most promising youngsters in the competition. I think she's only 16 or 17 years of age, and Eleana Di Bonaventura, who I don't think has taken the court yet. She was
definitely started the game. 100% started the game.
Well, I'm just not concentrating, but they've definitely got firepower. She was a Supa-Liga B MVP last time out, and I've seen her score some very good goals. A couple of new players also that I haven't seen too much of, but now it's the number 11, Jess Mitchell, pressing the ball up high. Basalo, Belenka cleans up, and Cooley's ball.
I think if we remember correctly, Belenka has come back from an ACL injury. So, I mean, I was told that she was quite a good player before that injury, so if she can get back to any sort of form, then the Hawks have got a player on their hands, so that's a big in for them. But I think another shout-out we've got to give is the Andinas keeper this season, Christiani. She's been a shining light in their team as well as Ascenzo. She's been very, very good in the Andinas goal. I know it kept the Western Devils at bay for a majority of the game only a few weeks ago, so if she can have another good game. She's a little bit unorthodox for a futsal keeper, but we'll have to see how she goes tonight.
Yeah, I think it's been good to see this season. The women's division seems to be a little bit more competitive. Last season, you can recall numerous times where, Phoenix and Andinas would kind of get run over by the top three, but this time out, the Devils, who a lot would say are by far the best team in the competition, only just got over the line over the Andinas, and from memory, I was watching it on the stream, it was a late goal that got them all 3 points, so definitely a much improved Andinas side. Have had a couple of new additions in the winter, and it's something they can build on to the main season. We've got Luana Ascenzo. Her 2 goals were instrumental in round 1, and here she is again.
Burning some rubber there.
Luana Ascenzo burning some rubber, firing off the right. Obviously, younger sister of West Coast Cobras star target, Karla Ascenzo, who will feature later on tonight in our clash against Longobarda. And here she is again now. Ascenzo cracks it off the right. That one behind for a corner once again.
Yeah. So the Hawks have started to roll a few of their subs now. Will that make an impact to the score line? We'll have to wait and see. Ascenzo's being pressed very high there by Dakota Van Voik, the number 11 for the Northern Hawks. So it looks like we're just going to reset play here, the Northern Hawks. They'll probably be quite content to just keep the ball. Well defended there by Andinas. That's one thing they are quite known for. They're happy to just sit compact and try and let other teams break them down. And when they do concede, it's normally when they get a bit lazy on the counter-attack, not defending backwards. So some more subs going here. I think that's Mitchell coming forward now, the number 11 for the Andinas. I think that's her first game in the Women's Super-Liga A, and she's just kept the ball in there. Back to Ascenzo. The shot's on if she wants it. She rolls it down the line, and that's a good press there, and that's the number 8, Geraldo. She kicks that one into touch. Ingrid Basolo back post, and that is a gift for Kurum. That was a good ball to find it from Ingrid Gomez, but who knows what Andinas were doing there. They were all over the joint.
Yeah, that side ball was not well defended. Kurum just had it too much space inside the D and put it past Christianini with ease. It's 2-0 now.
Christianini would have had more chance of touching the sun there than saving that shot.
It's Karla Edwards-Fields. She looks long, but it's intercepted by Oyazan. Here's Geraldo. Plays the left, but Van Vogt wins it back, and her ball forward to no one. Will allow Christianini to regain possession.
Tom Claver there giving a good description of why that was a rolling foul. Pushing in the back if you couldn't hear that one in the live stream. Good to see the refs communicating. Basolo, some tidy feet, and she's lost the ball, and that's a great ball forward. And Mitchell's one-on-one with Edwards, and she rushed her shot, has so much time. That was a really good ball forward there from the Andinas fixer. I think that might have been Ozan who played that one forward. Van Voik at the back, plays forward, and Ozan content to leave that one. Christiani using her feet. Very, very good composure, and this game is getting a little bit scrappy out there.
And at the back now, here's Oyazan. Loves it forward. But one in the middle by Basolo, who plays Van Vogt. Fires off the right. Good effort. Well saved, though. And plays Ascenzo out quickly. Curran fires off the right. That one was destined for the bottom corner, but another good save.
You can see Christiani's very capable with the hands. Had a few good saves. Even that one she patted down. Good reactions to keep it. Sends us great ball forward, and Ozan went for the spectacular. Not quite on this occasion.
Yeah, lovely ball over the top, and Edwards up the other end. Christianini clears forward into the feet of Giraldo. Now here's Oyazan down the line and looking for the return there. Van Vogt. He's got one to beat and does. A chance for Dakota Van Vogt, and it's 3-0. That was a well-taken finish. And the Hawks might just run away with this one.
Yeah, they're cruising at the moment. We've got cruise control on for the Northern Hawks at the moment. I mean, they're all over their counterparts at the moment, and I think Andinas need to get Latana back on as Bonaventura's just taken the court. And a bit of a late bump there from Bonaventura, and I think Andinas need to make sure this game doesn't get out of hand, because don't get it twisted. The Northern Hawks have got a weak team for their, if they're usually high standards. So this is a game where you'd want to verse the Northern Hawks, but it's just not happened for the Andinas at the moment. Maybe they went into this game thinking it might be a little bit too easy. Only they all know.
Yeah, I've got to be honest, the reserve players are holding up quite well. They've shown that they have a lot of depth. They might have another chance here. Basalo, she brought down inside the area. Not quite.
Did Basalo used to play for the Andinas at one time? Could we twist this into a grudge match?
I think she's all still very good friends with them, but maybe chasing a bit of silverware and felt the Hawks had a better chance of doing so. Wasn't far off last season, going down in the grand final. But now a chance on the counter-attack for the Andinas is hit the heel of the number 11 Mitchell. And that ball over the top, Oyazan. That's probably their best chance of the game. Just couldn't get it up over Edwards, but then back down. And Karla Edwards, what fine form she's been in. I was away in Melbourne at the airport. I remember watching the live stream against the West Coast Cobras, and Karla Edwards scored 2 goals from goalkeeper and made a number of heroic saves. One of the best individual performances I've seen in a long time. It doesn't look like she'll be as busy tonight as her teammates are doing the work for her. Belenka didn't quite pull the trigger. I think it was Di Bonaventura that got the toe in, but Christianini made the save. Here's Amanda Latana. Amanda Latana, SFL champion with South Perth, coached by the great Roberto Boy. So you always know what she's
now of the Alliance, of course,
to the table. Yeah, now player of Alliance. Eleana Di Bonaventura. Edwards is going to be caught into action.
Maybe not.
Still going Di Bonaventura, but Edwards makes the save comfortably in the end.
Yeah, you can see how comfortable Edwards is with her hands there. Very, very composed shot stopper.
Good run forward from Belenka. Still going. Plays it inside to Corley. Can she return it out wide? Looking for Belenka's on run. Ball is just a little too heavy.
Yeah, just a little bit too much in that one from the Fitzroy superstar, Georgia Cowley. Obviously, she's been coached by futsal sensation Scott Rogan.
And also Jimmy Sufis, the club president.
Let's not forget.
And don't forget what they call her. They call her the Scott Rogan of the women's side, Georgia Cowley.
Don't think that one's made it out to Western Australia, and you obviously will know better than us, but yeah, that nickname hasn't quite reached us yet, and that could be a penalty. What will the referees decide? I think it might be. Let's have a look, and it's been given as a free kick. Tonklava, not too many remonstrations from the Andinas girls. I can hear someone shouting in the grandstand. It's inside, but not too many remonstrations from the Andinas girls, so they seem happy with the free kick. We'll see if Bonaventura can. You wouldn't put it past her to smash this one top corner. And it's gone in. Bonaventura, the wall split. Someone turned. We'll see what we got in the replay. Let's have a quick look. Someone definitely turned in that wall. Looks like Gomez, who was on the far side. She turned her back, and if that comes back to haunt them, Greg Farrell will not be a happy man this afternoon.
Still a very powerful shot from Jade Bonaventura. She did well to put the ball in the back of the net, and it's game on now. It's a good goal in terms of the context of the game. You know, you don't want to see one side really run away with it, at least if you're looking at it from a neutral perspective like we are. So, you know, adds a bit of excitement back into the match, and if the Andinas pull back the next goal, it really will be game on. But as we say that, it's Van Voigt with her second of the match. Blanca with the assist, and unless Kerem got the final touch, but I think it was indirectly from the shot. What a finish that was. Dakota Van Vogt into the far bottom corner. And a 3-goal deficit restored.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, myself, I'm an Andinas fan, so you may be remaining neutral, but I'm solely in the Andinas camp, and I'm got to say I'm upset with how this game's going. Maybe I'll have to go over there and have a chat with the girls at half-time and see if we can speed them on and get a good second half showing from them.
Well, they're definitely lacking a coach on the bench, and after your controversial sacking from the first team job at the Cobras last season, I think you could definitely add a lot of value to this developing Andinas side. There's a lot of talent. You know, you look at the likes of Luana Ascenzo, who's up and coming, this lady on the ball, Eleana Di Bonaventura, and Amanda Latana at the top. There's a lot to work with, and, you know, a bit of guidance from the right coach, and you can really see them start to turn the season around.
Yeah,
so
I don't want to put my hat in the ring. I'm very content just playing at the moment. You know, it's just not for me. But I know yourself, John, obviously you're an avid coach and you love the game of futsal. Would you put yourself in the ring to coach the Andinas girls? Obviously, there is only 4 teams in the league, so you are guaranteed to make finals.
That's true. I mean, look, I've always been very interested in growing the women's side of the game, and, you know, unfortunately I haven't been given the honour of the top job at the West Coast Cobras. So
controversially as well, I may add.
My inbox is always open.
How can they contact you? Facebook, Instagram, what's the best way? And phone number?
Facebook Messenger, I think, would be the best way. And, you know, I thought it was controversial when I got released from my contract after I actually coached the West Coast Cobras to a 2-0 grand final win over the Andinas in my one and only season at the helm. But, you know, some things in life, you don't always know why they happen, do you?
And sometimes it's just about the butterfly effect, really. Like, if you didn't get sacked, would you have become one of the most successful coaches in Western Australia to this point? Obviously, winning the SFL and winning the Supa-Liga multiple times, bringing the Cobras up from the B-League. I mean, truly, I honestly think it's controversial saying it out loud myself. I think it's outrageous that you've been sacked. So we'll have to see how they go this season, and maybe we can get you back in that top job for the women's next season. Obviously, Coach Gus Fontana hasn't been able to quite live up to.
Yeah, look, unfortunately, it's not something I'm able to comment on, but, you know, I definitely see where you're coming from, Luke Ross, as Corley has the ball on the near side. The through ball, looking for the run of the number 28, Natalie Davis, who looks to be a youth player that's been promoted from the 20s setup. I haven't seen much of her in the first team, but I've heard lots of good things about it. And it's a number 11, Mitchell, trying to burst down the wing.
Mitchell has looked sprightly when she's been on the ball.
Yeah, I've liked the look of the number 11. As I said, another player I haven't seen before, but she's got that energy, that determination that the Andinas need.
And I'll tell you what, playing in this league, if you can just bring 50% energy, 50% determination, you've got a 100% chance of succeeding.
Absolutely. Wise words from Luke Ross is how he's done it all over the country. In the centre.
Basola looking for another assist there, but Mitchell brings it forward, and that was a good tackle. It was clean. Claver saying she's got the ball, and Grinaldo's got it up top, and she brings it down, and Mitchell brings it forward. She's got back up quickly. I mean, you can see there. we've got a side ball now for the Andinas girls. Not sure who's going to take this one. It's Mitchell. Gives it back to Jimenez. Jimenez off the right. Solo just puts a foot on it and gives it away. Ascenzo off the right, and Kyle Edwards, what a save.
Very good save from Edwards. Very good. Another good strike off the boot of Luana Ascenzo, who's definitely got one of the better shots in the competition. Up the line, but
I think she's been practicing with her brother Paolo.
Indeed, she has. You know, what better kind of play to learn off than someone like Paolo Ascenzo, one of the better targets going around in WA. Came off a successful spell at Sterling Brazil last season, and you know we did our utmost to sign him in the transfer window, and we were very happy when he put pen to paper. He adds so much to our already strong squad, as does his sister for the Andinas, and she's forced Edwards into action. It's rebounded back out to the number 11 Mitchell, who we were talking about earlier, and that's 4-2. So the Andinas having a bit of a lifeline just before half-time. We've got a game in our hands, that's for sure.
100%. Vamos, the Andinas, they're coming strong, and if they can snag another goal before half-time, this game is going to be absolutely electric going into the second half.
And the ball rolls out on the far side. It's Oyazun who chips it centre. Mitchell, the goal scorer, holds off the challenge. Oyazun with a nice take on of Belenka at the back. She's got it on the outside of Caitlin Belenka. Plays it to the top of the D. Here's Mitchell. Resets with Ascenzo. And down the line looking for Oyazun, but she wasn't quite on the same wavelength there. Edwards going long early. Here's Karim. Christianini comes out and collects it. Inside the final minute, Mitchell driving forward, looking for the run of Oyazun, Belenka, and it could be a 3-on-1, but ridiculous strength there from Luana Ascenzo to put the ball into touch. She did well there defensively.
Yeah, very, very well there from Ascenzo. That was a good ball to the back post from Carly. She was saying, why is no one there? And I have to agree with her. That was a very good ball. And going to have another blast off the right. And again, no one there. Carly's not happy throwing them hands up, obviously. She's used to those Melbourne games where people are flying in at the back post. And obviously the court's a little bit bigger over here, so people maybe not wanting to waste too much energy. And Ascenzo's going here. She can give this to the back post. It's an open shot, and Grimaldo took it off Ozan's foot, and she's kept it in, but that could have been so much more for the Andinas girls. Mitchell now, one-on-one with Belenka. Ozan battling with Coley, and Ozan chips that one into touch, and that really should have been so much more for the Andinas girls there. And Belenka at the back, 9 seconds remaining, goes forward. Ozan defends well. I think this game's about to peter out for the first half. So Ascenzo can shoot. She hasn't, and that's half-time, and 4-2 going into the break for the Northern Hawks girls over the Andinas ladies, and it's been an exceptional game of futsal. We'll just have a quick ad break and we'll be back with you in the second half.
And we're back underway for the second half. Van Vugt to Corley. In the centre, lovely turn from Van Vugt. Here's another chance. Just pulling that effort wide. A good chance to secure the hat-trick. Geraldo picked up by Belenka, who cuts inside, lays it off to Basalo. Van Vugt looking for Belenka, but she was just on the wrong angle there. Caitlin Belenka couldn't find her second of the match. And I think that might have even gone out for a side ball. No, so it was a keeper's ball. It wasn't that far wide, but thrown in the centre by Christianini and over the top there from Jimenez, but couldn't pick out a run.
It's been a bit of a good start for the Hawks there. They've had the early chance to almost kill the game off, and that was a beautiful touch by Cowley to Van Vugt, and good save by Christina. I'm being told, how do you say the name, John?
Apparently it's Corley.
Corley, my mistake. Georgia, hope you can forgive me. Grimaldo with the kick out there. That was definitely a foul. Tom Claver having none of it, and Grimaldo is slipping off. And Belenka goes for the blast. Jimenez deals with that one, does just about enough, and that's going to be a corner ball. Mitchell maybe a little bit confused with the rules there, and a little bit confused myself with what's going on, and it looks like Basolo's going to take this one. And Belenka back to Corley, first time. That was a good ball to the back post again, and she won't be happy. She could have had 3 assists with her last 3 shots.
Yeah, she's played plenty of good balls to the back post. Just unfortunately for the Northern Hawks, no one's been there to tap them in. Van Vugt looking for the reverse pass. It was a good idea. Corley just not quite reading it. As Oyazan checks back on for the Andinas. Belenka pressing high. Flicked forward by Oyazan into Diaz, but she doesn't get her touch right. Corley down the line. Van Vugt can't keep it in.
That was a good reverse ball there from Georgia Cowley. Obviously a little bit of poor execution, but that was never a foul. She fell on the ball there. Tom Claver doesn't agree with me clearly.
Claver seeing something we didn't, and it's a similar area to where they scored their first goal, the Andinas.
Looks like Bonaventura isn't going to sub on for it.
Luana Ascenzo has a cracking shot off the right. She'll be the one to take it. Ascenzo! And it's gone in. It's 4-3. And it's Luana Ascenzo.
That was a good finish by Ascenzo, and she's checking out now. Bonaventura checking in. So we were saying maybe Bonaventura should have came on for the free kick, but no worries. She's on after it, and it's 4-3, and game certainly on. John Goodlich.
It's going to be a good finish, that's for sure. Van Vugt, can she pull one back? Oyazan in the way.
Van Vugt burning some rubber there.
Corley off the right.
Corley goes cracky pop.
Back post, no one there. Corley going smackety pop off the right. Christianini to Oyazan, who toes it forward in the centre. He's going to roll through to Edwards, who drops it at the feet of Belenka. Time and space to bring the ball forward. Corley trying to flick it beyond Diaz, but number 10 gets the final touches. Van Vugt goes smackety pop off the right, but that one nowhere near.
It's going to be Christini's ball here. I think she's going to goes for the no-look throw there. That reminds me of a young Mark Higgins. Bonaventura, that was a good reverse ball down the line, and Dietz just couldn't get enough on it. And Dietz, obviously the mainstay in the Andinas. I think she's been here from when they were called the Chico Fives.
I think you're right there, Luke. Is
another lady that was from the Chico Fives, Ingrid Basolo. We must not forget. And Belenka kicks that one into the side netting. Basolo had made that run to the back post. And here we go. This is where Andinas are dangerous. Amanda Latana burning some rubber on the right side, and I think that's going to be a corner ball. No? That's a goalkeeper's ball. Must have hit the post, or Hit the side netting. And Karla Edwards rolls short to Basolo. Basolo, I don't actually think, is taking a sub this game, unless I'm mistaken. She's definitely earning her money this week. Obviously looking to detect the game. That was a foul. Good call there from referee Claver. He's had a good game, in my opinion, referee Tom Claver. I know I haven't always been the biggest fan of him myself, but I respect him as a referee, and I respect the game he's having today. I think he's refed well, and he's been very assertive in explaining his decisions, which is always important when refereeing. And that free kick didn't amount to much there for the Northern Hawks. And that's a great ball forward. Grimaldo's one-on-one with Edwards, and that's forward! That's Ozone, I should say. Good finish. Bonaventura, great ball over the top, and out of nowhere, really, the Andinas girls have caught the Northern Hawks napping four times, and 4 goals. They've punished them and made them work. The coach, Greg Farrell, won't be happy, and we were saying at the start of the game they weren't missing the likes of McCulloch, Podmore, and Co. But it appears they were. And I should mention J. Paul as well. Maybe they're missing just that experience. So, John, what do you think is going to be on for the rest of this game?
I honestly don't know.
Great insight there, John.
It's the Andinas with the momentum, but the Hawks are a well-drilled side, and you think they would still be the favourites to win the match. Basalo pulling her effort wide. I think it's really one that could go either way, but Hawks are probably paying about $1.75. Andinas $2.20. Tightly contested as Caitlin Belanca. Van Vugt, she's had a good game today. I've been impressed with her, but as I say that, the commentator's curse kicks in as she gives it away. She's fortunate though, it took a deflection off the hair of one of the Andinas defenders, and she'll get the side ball back. Basalo, Van Vugt back rolls it to Basalo, who loses out, and Belenka's got a job in her hands, but Basalo's actually pressing up high. And they win it back with a counter press to Northern Hawks, but a foul's been given on Eleana Di Bonaventura as Amanda Latana makes her way to the bench. It's Mitchell who scored the second goal, coming back on.
That was a great ball from Bonaventura. Mitchell just couldn't get her head in the right place there, but yeah, I mean, Andinas look like they've got all the momentum and they could win this game.
Yeah, lovely ball. You were right there. And the ball forward. And a good shot off the right. Looks for Belanca, in fact, skipping Belanca and playing straight to Van Vugt. And another side ball in the centre. Curran looking for it. It's fallen out to Belanca.
Another good save by Christiani.
I agree, a great save. Bonaventura goes bang on Van Vugt, and she picks up a yellow. I'm not sure how intentional that was. She's obviously a much bigger frame than Van Vugt, and you wonder whether it was just her momentum that bowled her over, but nevertheless, she's gone into the book. Connor Claver really stamping his authority on the match.
Cowley looks like she's been subbed on for the free kick here.
The set piece specialist, Georgia Corley. Oh, that's off the bar. And she was put on for a reason and almost showed us what that reason was. Not far away there from Georgia Corley. And here she is again, this time giving it away. Mitchell, Belanca under pressure. Got to be careful here. She's got no real options. Trying to win a side ball would be the best option, but she's giving it away. Gerardo with the shot. Edwards driving across her goal, and it was a wayward effort in the end. Edwards going long. Natalie Davies can't quite control it. Couple of the youngsters on for the Hawks at the moment. Kerem and Davies. Belenka. Still going Belenka. Lays it off.
Oh, I think Edwards could have gone down there. Is that Edwards?
Davies, I believe.
Davies, my apologies. Maybe she could have gone down there for the penalty. Maybe bought one, but she's a more honest person than I am. And Belenka's going forward, and it's a 4-on-2 here. It's a good ball from Davies, and Belenka. That's a great finish into the bottom corner.
What a goal that was. The link-up play between Belenka, who started the move, and Davies was immense. I've really liked what Caitlin Belenka's brought to the Northern Hawks this evening.
Yeah, she's had a good game.
For me, she's probably been their standout player, scorer of the first goal. Now she's put them back in the lead. The question remains, can they hold on? She made it look so easy there as well. You wouldn't think the game is 4-all when you see Caitlin Belenka driving through the centre and finishing like that, but nevertheless, it's only 5-4 now. Bissalo against her former club.
Yeah, it's all getting a bit physical, and obviously with 10 minutes remaining, this is what can happen in any futsal game. A goal just changes the game, of course. And 5-4 with 9 minutes 20 remaining. I honestly still think this could go either way. The Northern Hawks have been switching off defensively every now and then, and that's what's allowed the Andinas to make this game as close as it has been. It really shouldn't be. But that is no discredit to the Andinas girls. They've finished their chances when they've come.
A bit risky there from Kerem. She gets away with it. Corley trying to find Bissalo's centre. Ascenzo, lovely ball. Here's Mitchell. Back to Ascenzo. She's got to be careful. She's lost out. Bissalo can't get beyond Ascenzo, who does well to recover.
Yeah, did just about enough there, Ascenzo.
Well, the Andinas got 3 goals on the bounce to go from 4-1 down to equalise, so they proved they can do it. If they get another swing of momentum, there'll be every chance. Georgia Corley a bit too high this time off the left. Christianini, she's done well in goal today. It's Amanda Latana making her way back on the court, and this is nice play from the Andinas. Still going, a real chance for Oyazan. But a sliding challenge there from Bissalo.
She didn't actually
and
touch the ball.
Not even a corner. She didn't touch the ball. She just put herself in the way. Edwards just needed to be a little bit more accurate with that throw.
Latana going now. This one's going to end. Amanda Latana in the bottom corner, and that's 5-all. Good finish there from Amanda Latana. I think that was, again, we were saying the Northern Hawks just keep switching off defensively, getting caught napping, and Amanda Latana, what a finish.
Another twist in the tail. A good finish from Amanda Latana under Edwards. And here she is again, bullying her way through. Just can't quite keep that one in.
Karla, that's a long
Lovely
bomb forward.
ball
Yeah, it was a good ball. So now with just over 7 minutes remaining, 5-all. This game's actually turned into a cracker, hasn't it, John? Maybe a game for the ages, game of the season contender, that's for sure.
I've really enjoyed it thus far. Is there another twist in the tail? Trying to find Bissalo. Hawks appealing for the corner.
We say Hawks. There was only one man appealing, and his name was Greg Farrell. It's going to be a Georgia Cali shot, I'll predict here. I'm going to predict a goal as well. I was wrong. Dietz gives it to Ascenzo. Ascenzo chips forward. Cali intercepts. Latana gets 2 bites of the cherry and does enough to force the ball back. This would be a good result for the Andinas. Don't get it twisted as well over there. Battling hard, and they've left a man free here, and there's a back post runner if Bissalo can find it. And a free kick's being given. And here we go. Will Cowley, the specialist, get going. She's going to step towards the ball. Basolo wants it as well. We'll see what's happening. Karla gives the tap away. And here we go. Bonaventura in the wall. He's looking like a bit of a big frame. It's going to be a hard angle.
What a goal this will be if she can make it. Karla, not one of her better efforts.
Went to the back post, I think they're looking for Basolo. Basolo stayed at the back. Probably needs to check into the middle.
Picked up there by Oyasan. Basolo. Karla.
Good parallel there from Karla. Good ball forward and Van Vox through and good save by Christiani. Well done there. Basolo off the right and just wide. Looks like Dakota Van Vox feeling the after effects of that challenge from Christiani. She's been in the wars today. Van Vox getting a slap to the face early on. Gina Jimenez has just checked in. And Dietz off the right, and it's going to be a corner ball. This is a good opportunity here. Dietz obviously got a good right foot on her, so if we can work this shot, maybe back post to Latana, this could be another goal here for the Andinas. Dietz well defended there from Basolo. It stayed in, and we've got a race on here. Jimenez wins out, and it's now a 3-on-2. The ball was behind Van Vox. She's done well there. Bonaventura battling hard, does very well, and it's a 50-50, and Karla does the best and kicks it off Bonaventura, and it's going to be a Hawks ball, and Palenka's back on. Here she is. I think she's got 2 today, and she's given it away, and Latana couldn't capitalise on Basolo. This game's gone end to end, and Karla off the right. Bonaventura defends well. Palenka will just let that one go out.
Taken quickly by Palenka.
It was off the line.
An unfortunate turnover. Di Bonaventura to Jimenez. And cleared forward by Karla. Not long left to go now. Just over 3 minutes left as Basolo plays it to Van Vogt. Out wide to Karla. Tries to cut in on the right. Resets with Palenka. Karla can look for the return. Opts for the line instead. But it took a last touch off an Andina. And they'll get the sideline ball. Basolo to take. Van Vogt looking for the back post run. Cleared away. Now it's been picked up by Van Vogt again. Whose left-footed effort was wide. Di Bonaventura. Gerardo forward of the ball. Opting back for Jimenez.
One interesting thing in this game, there hasn't been one timeout from either team. Obviously, you do get one time at a half here at the Futsal Supa-Liga Women's A Division, and we haven't had one in the whole game. And with going into the last 2 minutes, are you expecting a timeout from either bench, John?
Probably not at this point, to be honest. I feel like they would have already caught it by now, and unless you see a turnaround and score where a side scores, I don't think you will.
Oh, that was
As I say that, Georgia Karla not far away there. Di Bonaventura flicked in the middle. Mitchell trying to fight her way through. Still going Mitchell. And she's ran out of real estate on the near side. A black ball from the sideline, ordered by referee John Claver. A bit of confusion amongst the officials as Van Vogt looking for that splitting pass.
Yeah, well intercepted there from Gina Jimenez. Could have been dangerous if it got through.
We're into stop clock territory now. A 5-all draw could be on the card, so will we see a winner?
Well, as the great man Fadi McHale once said and continues to say, 1 minute 55 is an exceptionally long time in futsal.
Palenka, Basolo, centre, Van Vogt.
What a ball.
Wide. Nice play from the Hawks. This is where they're dangerous, but Caitlin Palenka Firing off the defender. They've got a corner now. Can they make it count? Balenka. And the ball wasn't stationary. In fact, it is a timeout for the Andinas, so I predicted wrong. And we'll just have a quick break and be back in a moment.
Last 1 minute 42 seconds. I think this game really still could swing either way, and one goal might not just decide it. Cristiani's going to look up. She throws it to Bonaventura. Good ball down the line to Dietz. Dietz inside to Bonaventura. This would be some goal. I fell through to Mitchell kindly. Her touch just let her down, and that could have been the opportunity that the Andinas so badly craved. Solo down to Van Vock. I'm surprised the Northern Hawks haven't gone with the fifth man play.
I was just thinking that, but maybe they don't have the personnel to do so. Di Bonaventura still going, stumbles over, and
that is the fifth foul for the Andinas as well.
I'm not even sure what happened there. Di Bonaventura so,
I think,
beastly, so powerful, and she's just cluttering into the opposition on the way. I don't even think she really meant to give away that foul, but
yeah, you can see she's got long legs. I think her limbs may have just got the better of her there and just got Van Vock, and that's probably like the fourth or fifth time Van Vock's been fouled this game.
Yeah, she's looking awfully injured. She's had a good match, just has to carry on and try and get her side over the line. They would consider it a valuable 2 points drop. I don't think they'll want to settle for a draw. Corley puts it into the mixer. Oyazin, was she fouled? I think that's a bit soft, to be honest. Balenka. Balenka having a chat with the officials. Not too much argument going on. Is Eleana Di Bonaventura, will she go to goal this time? I think so. It's forced a save out of Edwards, who moves it on quickly. Di Bonaventura, Balenka coming in there. And she goes flying over, but it might not matter. Corley to win the game. Good save at the near post by Cristianini. And a 10-meter penalty, I believe. Advantage was given.
Can you play an advantage and then give the penalty? I don't think that's allowed.
I'm not sure, to be honest, but
some average officiating there from Claver.
Sometimes. Having said that,
I can see why the Andinas are probably a little bit unhappy about that call.
Yeah, I think I would be as well. But having said that, I see a big save coming from Cristianini. Obviously,
she's been hard to beat.
Hard to beat, and it's a really high-pressure situation for Corley.
Oh, but she's been in them situations before, obviously. Playing all over the country. She's a big game player.
Cristianini versus Corley. This could be the decisive kick with under a minute remaining now. Claver going through the courtesies, making sure everybody gives the required distance. A lot of deliberation here. Can Karla hold her nerve?
What a save, Christiani!
Unbelievable save. That wasn't a bad shot either.
That was a very good save from Christiani.
And will that spur the Andinas on? Give them some momentum to go ahead and win the game. They've got their best four on the court now. I think it's safe to say. It's a long throw to Mitchell, who's got on the outside of Van Vogt. And I've seen fouls like that caught in this game. Okay, it was given. So a foul going the other way. This game really heating up and both teams in foul trouble. So any more fouls for either side and we will see a spot kick.
39 seconds.
39 seconds left. My eyesight's never been my strong point, but will we see a winner surely now? A corner for the Andinas. Di Bonaventura at the top of the D.
Mitchell's got a bit of space here. There we go. Ingrid solo just shutting it down, and Bonaventura brings it down well, and it's to Van Vogt. This could be it. Balenka needs to go to the back post here. She doesn't. Basolo, it's gone in. Scrambles it over the line. Caitlin Balenka, great ball to the back post, and Basolo, I thought she was going to miss that one, but scrambled it over eventually. But that's what the Northern Hawks were looking for, a counter-attack goal, and I think they'll be disappointed if they don't win it from here. But that came from the Andinas, just going everyone forward, and a timeout from the Northern Hawks. John Goodlich, how do you think this one is going to play out? We've got 26 seconds remaining. The Northern Hawks up by 1.
I think the Hawks are going to hold on. They've got enough experience in the side, and they've got a good coach at the helm to guide them to stay composed and just see the game out.
Just while we're talking about coaches, how would you compare yourself as a coach to Greg Farrell?
I think we're in different leagues. I'm still
You're
young.
Machai. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Be
Greg
humble.
Farrell, one of the best to ever do it.
Best to ever do it in Western Australia, or the world, John?
I'll say Australia. I think that's a fair Australia.
Okay. Don't think he's going to be happy with that, but I'll let him watch it back and tell him your opinion later on. And as we're back live now, the Northern Hawks are just taking the court. Farrell's had his final save for the game. Looks like the Hawks are set up in a 4-0.
Can this catch the Andinas out? They're pressing awfully high, and they're quite literally set up in the shape the Hawks want them to be in. They go over the top, but the ball's not going to get there. Oyazan puts it up for a corner. It's probably not the best result for the Andinas. This will much better suit the Hawks, who can maybe even hold it in the corner. They go up the line to Karla, who tries to take on as last man, gets lucky in the end. Mitchell, Karla with the toe, and Van Vogt just clears her lines. 13 seconds, kitchen sink stuff for the Andinas. They've got to go long. It's a good ball from Di Bonaventura, but Oyazan wasn't quite there, and the Hawks should be able to see it out from here. Lovely ball forward. Van Vogt just missing the touch, and there is the final whistle.
Yeah, that's all she wrote for today's Women's Supa-Liga action. The Northern Hawks getting up by 1 over the Andinas, but what a cracking game that was. I think when the Andinas were 3-0 down, you thought it might be a blowout, but they turned that into an exceptional contest.
It was a good game. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and we are going to be back in only a couple of minutes between what should be another very good matchup between the Perth Pumas and the Scarborough Sharks.